Okay, greetings everyone, and welcome to another issue of Dreams and Nothing More Than Plans Awaiting Action. My name is Gerard, your host, Editor-in-Chief of SGIB magazine that stands for Soldiers Got Intentions Believe That. And everybody should be soldiering for something, a dream, a goal, a train of thought, an idea. And owner of PBG's production that stands for Photos by Gerard, the best in freelance publicity photography.
I like that.
Well, right now we're at the National Action Network's Convention 2010. Dr. Reverend Al Sharpton is hosting it. And right now I'm pulling out Mr. Tony Wafford, who's also was a client yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Tony, how you feeling, brother?
Wonderful, I'm wonderful.
It was good. I'm glad you had a chance to come in. Tony, tell my viewers a little bit about yourself.
My name is Tony Wafford. I'm the National Director of Health and Wellness for the National Action Network, and I primarily focus on health and wellness issues as it relates to the African American community. And we just got in from LA on the day before yesterday. As you know, we had the Secretary of Health and Human Services here yesterday, Kathleen Sebelius, which was absolutely, which you have to credit Reverend Sharpton because that was a major coup to have probably, I would argue, probably the most powerful woman in the cabinet, or the most powerful person in the cabinet to show up at this convention. So that was monumental to actually be able to have her here.
Okay, tell us about your organization and tell us what you might feel is an urgency and need of what us need to know as far as about health.
I think what I primarily do with the National Action Network is deal with issues around health issues. And it was interesting in that Reverend Sharpton had the vision and the foresight to do something around health because it's not as glamorous as most folk want. I mean, you know, a lot of other things, it doesn't have the same pizzazz and excitement around health. But the reality of it is, if you don't have a healthy mind and body, you're not going to be it's like you said, dreams. You can't dream if you don't have a healthy mind.
True.
Your dream will ultimately become a nightmare.
Okay.
So we deal with issues concerning health. As you know, black people are #1 in every category in terms of health disparities: heart disease, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and HIV and AIDS, and the list goes on and on and on. So what we're trying to do is create a system and an educational forum where we can deal with these different pandemics from a black perspective and being culturally sensitive to our people as we educate them.
Okay, you're just about the highest person, I guess, who I can say to talk about the health care that just passed. I mean, is the health care package is it really good? I mean, is it really bad? I mean, help me understand a little bit about the health care package or what you might know of it. And before you answer that, do I have your permission to put this on YouTube? I forgot to ask you.
Please.
Okay, there you go.
Please.
I got to ask for your permission.
Me.
You know that.
YouTube me. And you know what, and to be very honest with you, I think as Malcolm said best, time will tell. You know, I think it's good in some areas. I think it could be harmful in others. Yeah, I think the other thing the fact that one, in terms of pre-existing conditions, I think that's great because if one had, say for instance, if you were born with a certain malady or illness, that's a pre-existing condition.
Say that 5 times.
Exactly. And that can be very harmful in terms of, and costly in terms of trying to procure health care for one. So I think that somewhat balances the playing field. So I think, I really believe at the end of the day, time will tell, but no one can argue the fact that everyone should be entitled to health care. As Dr. King said, one of the greatest injustices in the world is the fact the denying of folk of health care. That's actually inhumane. So we'll see. Overall, I think it's a good thing.
Well, okay, your organization was pretty much the spearhead for having the secretary here come. Yes. What are you looking forward to for the rest of the convention? Right now it's Thursday. We got a couple of more days. Is there something that you're looking forward to participate in, or?
Yes, actually, what I'm looking most forward to participating in, I mean, having gotten my panel out of the way, I'm looking forward to Saturday in terms of the forum that the Reverend is going to host. I'm around creating, forming, shaping, and producing a black agenda. You've heard a lot of back and forth between Reverend Sharpton, Tavis Smiley, and other folk in terms of arguing back and forth. When they went to the White House, did it yield anything positive for the community? If so, what was it? And I think we do need a black agenda. I think everyone else has their own agenda. When everyone else goes to the White House, when Latinos go to the White House, they go as Latinos with a Latino agenda. When the Jewish brothers go to the White House, they're going back for the Jewish agenda. The Irish, the Now, green people, whoever they have. So I think it's time that we have a black agenda. And I think we need to lay it all out. And certainly it's not going to be perfect because everybody don't agree with everything. Me and my wife don't agree with everything every day.
Right.
So, but it's a starting point.
Well, you know, it was interesting because this morning I was talking to a couple of brothers, and we were talking about how African American doesn't have any pride, anything to rally around, like you know, the Haitians, you know,
right.
all of them have their national pride. We don't have national pride.
Right.
And we just left a seminar where we were talking about nationalizing the farmers and,
right.
and going back to the basics.
Right.
You know, what did you take from that seminar?
I thought it was great. I think you raised an interesting point when you said in terms of as African Americans, we really don't have anything to gravitate to, unlike other ethnic groups. I think what we need to do, he raised a very important point when he said get back to our roots and who we were as a people when we first touched these shores. I would argue that if we just get back to the basics in terms of embracing who we are as a people and where we come from, certainly, I mean, the continent is too wide. We don't know which part of the continent we came from, which country. But if we, in fact, just deal with the African.
I'm sorry, we doing the taping in here?
So what?
Okay. Then we.
Well, excuse me, Rev. I know you back there. I apologize, big time.
That was Reverend Sharpton that just happened to just come in, and we're going to end this interview right now. Tony, again, it's a pleasure.
You Tony. Don't tell me don't bring the pallet.
You should have zoomed in on that and got the Rev. Well, listen, Tony.
Come here, Rev.
Tony, give us your information where they can reach you at.
www.ichoose-life.com.
Okay, all right, Tony. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. All right, this is Gerard, editor-in-chief of SGI Magazine. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly, and always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one who can see your vision in life. I'll talk to you later. Peace. That's a mouthful, Tony. Thanks
all right.